All right. So, with that being said, when we look into this OTAs, one of the things that I like to pull up is the fact that Tyler Booker is a real big dude, man. He's massive. And we need this type of interior help. And you can see this guy is just massive indeed. And hopefully we can continue to have these type of things here for the Cowboys, of having someone of that size inside. And hey, Road Grader, come on with it, Cowboy Nation. And of course, 53 is Luigi. And you seeing Tyler Booker again. Number 52, just working the sledge, moving things out the way. We need him to stand tall or not at all. And you see in the back area, of course, you see the other Tyler right here, Gayton. Hopefully he can step in his sophomore year and be better than what he did his previous year. And it's already here, ladies and gentlemen. The unbelievable catches from my guy Pickens. And you see it. He's in the air, flying like MJ, almost, one hand grab. Shout out to him. These are things that we can look forward to for the foreseeable future. Pickens, and of course, stretching out here is another wide receiver being able to fly across and grab that ball and pull it out of the sky. I don't know who this one is, though, but good catch, though. Good catch. And we like seeing this, Cowboy Nation. Keep in mind, both of these quarterbacks, 15 and 10, both of these guys, I really can't wait to see these guys out here in Oxnard when time permits, and it's going to be a great thing for us to see these kinds of caliber of players to be able to back up the quarterback here. So shout out to Joe Milton. Can't wait to see his arm. And then my guy Will Greer, man, he's always been out there at camp doing his thing. And on the far back of the picture, you see my guy working the jugs. That is Jake Ferguson, I believe. That's 87. So yeah, that's always good to see these guys and OTAs working it the best way possible, and I love it, Cowboy Nation. And of course, so with that being said, hopefully both of these guys right here can work in well with us. And then of course, it's always good to see these guys working in training camp and OTAs, but waiting for these guys to get to Oxnard would be phenomenal. Appreciate them. This is Damone Clark, and as well as Malik Hooker, both of those boys, and that's Dante Fowler way in the back. You probably can barely see him. Cowboy Nation, these are the things that we gravitate to. We want these guys to be able to stand tall with it. And then you see the wide receiver rooms working on some drills here. 13 looking mean over there. That's the new addition. George Pickens nosing the ball, greeting the ball with his hands, not allowing that ball to hit his frame. Now, the most talked about guy, and I know a lot of people have reservations on Mazy, but it normally takes 3 years for a defensive tackle to come along the way. For example, Justin Matabuke, Dexter Lawrence, some of these guys, it's a slow process. Vince Wilfork, back in the days, it's going way back. It took him about 2 to 3 years. So I get it. Mazy, this will be his third defensive coordinator in 3 years, different philosophies. But, man, the guy's built like Tarzan, right? We just don't want him to play like Jan, But I can tell you, if he fool around and get things going, boy, oh boy, we in a good situation. Nevertheless, we will say this, wait and see. He is by far one of the strongest guys on the team. It's just that he got to know how to utilize that strength. And who knows, maybe this coaching staff can get the best out of him. And that's what we all leaning on. And you can see big back, big back. That boy got a big back, big back. That's a big old back. And speaking of big, this is Jay Toya. And he's a freight train coming right at you. So his burst, his get off is there. Lower body extremities is there too. You see how he's built, man. It looks like he can just plow over anybody and everyone that's in his way. And those are the things that we have to quantify. I get it. We can say, bang the table and say, hey, we want another veteran guy. But we got to give White Cotton a chance to put his hands on these guys. And who knows, scheme-wise, we'd probably be better than what we were last year in that category on stopping the run. So give it to these guys being able to work together, train together, and get things going the best way possible. Let's not bury the lead here. And then this Barco right here, number 30, shout out to him. And hopefully he can find himself on the roster somewhere. And they've been talking good stuff about him, but we will see, man. And this coach always coaching, man. And I love that he's trying to implement his philosophy, his scheme, and with his hat to the back, he's been the player coach. People already been talking glowingly about him, saying that, man, he makes it feel like home, but it's still competition. Those are things that you got to love here with the silver and blue. Not saying that it haven't been here, but hey, as evidence goes, man, this team, they should have competition. They should compete. And on top of that, this team should look at it from a different perspective of what we seen last season, the year before that, because we seemed as if, though, we were lethargic to a lot of things. And I'm not pointing fingers, but, man, I hope that this team can be on the same page. Speaking of pages, you can see Tyler Gayton. We looking for him to stand tall. You can see my guy down in inside, Tyler. So Tyler, hopefully these guys can continue to excel, and especially Gayton, if he can get his mind mentally together. Just like what Big Nate Newton said, feet good, hands are impressive, just the mental mindset. And who knows, man, it could probably click in for him on a good way if Connor Riley, the offensive coordinator, or the offensive line coach, can get him right. This is Dak Shepley or Dakota Shepley, not to get him mixed up with the other Dak Prescott that's on this team. And hey, let's see what he can do. You always can find spots on this team for special teams. Somebody got to do field goals and stuff like that, protection and stuff like that. All right, so bending the corner, getting around, and you're seeing Dante Fowler, man. I'm glad that he's back. He's wearing and rocking number 3 for this year, and we will see what he's going to be able to do out there on the field. He had 10-plus sacks, I believe, last season. Bring that production over here. Yeah, that's what we want. And it's Solomon Thomas. If anything, and I know the report was out that he's 256. That's the wrong report. He's right at 297, close to 305. And majority of that weight is right on his arm. Man, look at that man arm, man. God, dog, that boy, he can just crush some things with his arm. And hopefully he can do something for us. And in the last 2 seasons, for those who asking, his production level, he had 4 sacks last season, right? And then he had 6 sacks the previous season. That's more production than any of our interior guys. So I think that by bringing him here, he's a veteran guy. He's been around the block. He know White Cotton. I think White Cotton going to get the best out of him as a rotational situation behind Osa. He can probably pull you another 4 or 5 sacks this season. If you really think about it, I think that with him added to this room, and you hear how he talk, I think that he brings a level of leadership. I think he brings in a level of rapport with the previous defensive line coach. So, look, just pay attention to him, man. He may can do something for us. If not, then he's just a rotational piece to come behind Osa. So this will still work to our favor in everything, Cowboy Nation. And I pretty much like what we're seeing. And speaking of that, this is the new addition, George Pickens, without the pads and things on. You know, hey, he looked like he built the part too. You know, hey, we need a physical, strong wide receiver. And you can see that this dude, he coming out there saying, I'm rocking the light blue joints. You know, I like that and appreciate his willing and determination to make things happen out here for the Cowboys for the 2025 season. Can't wait to really see him out there on the field and see how things can rock with that. And speaking of that, number 60, Tyler Gayton, doing his magic, doing his thing. All I can say is, with Tyler Gayton, when we contextualize every single thing, I hope that he picks up what the philosophy and the overall principle will be about for the Cowboys and get things going the best way possible. So stay tuned for part 2 of OTAs. We will talk about more that's going to happen. But I can tell you first and foremost, Tyler Gayton, if this coaching staff can get his mental mindset together, shoot, nothing can get in the way of the boys but themselves. Cowboy Nation, post me your thoughts, post me your concerns down below. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys.